So I am considering three sector model. Okay, three sector model. BBN can be equal to 1 and less than 1 also. When I am saying balanced budget multiplier, I am talking about government sector. Okay, so it is not two sector model, it is three sector model with tax. Okay, and I am only considering in the first case autonomous tax. Okay, not yes, autonomous non-same tax. Okay, not marginal tax here. So T is equal to T bar. Okay, so in three sector model, if you deduce, what you will get? Y equal to, anyone remember what is the multiplier value in three sector model? What will be the multiplier value? The general formula is this one, right? Y equal 1 over 1 minus C plus Ct plus M. Okay, then you have on the autonomous component C bar minus small c T bar plus small c R bar plus I bar plus G bar plus X bar minus M bar. Okay, so I am saying you have three sector. So one is consumption sector, C equal C bar plus small c Y. Okay, second is your investment, which is autonomous. Third is your government, G bar, and tax is given T bar. Transfer is 0, suppose. Okay, then what will be my multiplier value? 1 over. Very good. No. CT will not be there because T term is not here. Very good, Ponami. Yes, correct. 1 over 1 minus C. Because open economy, you don't have open economy, M will not be there. T term is not there. So multiply will be 1 over 1 minus C. Okay. Then what are the autonomous component you will have? C bar minus small c T bar. Look at this thing. R I have taken 0. You will be having I bar plus G bar. Okay. So this is the way to remember thing. Okay. So write down this equation. Okay. And next paragraph, write down increase in income. Increase in income due to increase in government expenditure is calculated by following equation. Change in income due to money government expenditure is changing is equal to 1 over 1 minus C. Okay. So how I will interpret this thing? Okay. When government expenditure increases, income increases by multiplier time change in government expenditure. Okay. Generally I use income increases by multiplier time change in G. Okay. Delta G. I say delta G generally. Okay. Is it clear? Increase in income due to increase in government spending is calculated by the following equation. Assuming that, write down one more line, then you will remember. Assuming that tax is not a function of income. Assuming that tax is not a function of income. Okay. Now I do one more thing. Again, I have problem of this thing. Okay. Let me write it. Y equal to 1 minus C plus Ct plus M C bar minus small c T bar plus small c R bar plus I bar plus G bar plus X bar minus M bar. Okay. I want to introduce open economy. Okay. That means export and import. But I want to maintain same multiplier 1 over 1 minus C. 1 over 1 minus C. What I have to do? I want to maintain same multiplier this, but rather than 3 sector with tax, okay, autonomous tax, what I have to do here? I want to keep this 4 sector. Suppose 4 sector. Open economy. Look at this multiplier. What is this multiplier? 1 over 1 minus c plus ct plus m. What is small m? Marginal propensity to import. Right? Yes or no? Yeah. So, if I take like text, I take a t bar. Okay. Am I late? Okay, I am on time. They are late. Okay. Okay. So if export is my x bar, so if I take import only m bar, okay, this m will vanish. Right? Yes or no? This is small m will vanish. Yes, no. If not understand, then tell me. Is it clear? When m is equal to m bar, I am not taking induced part. This is small my, I am taking 0. Okay, this term. And the small t bar I am taking 0. Okay. So t equal t bar, m equal m bar. Okay, I have written here this term. So these two terms will vanish. Agree everyone? Okay. So let me drive it. Okay, better. I drive it all the time. I take photo, then I drive. So do in rough work. Okay, I'm going to drive that part. That is why I'm saying do numerical. Third numerical I have done. Where I have taken marginal rate of taxation should be 0. So you multiply 1 over 1 minus c plus m. Okay. So consumption is c bar plus small c y. Okay. Y is disposable income. Disposable income is y minus t. Okay. And t is equal to t bar. Right. You have I equal to I bar. Autonomous. Government expenditure is also autonomous. Export is also autonomous. I am taking. Okay. And when I take import to be autonomous, okay, then my multiplier value will be 1 over 1 minus c. Okay, that I know. So in equilibrium, okay, y equal to AD, aggregate demand is c plus I plus g plus export minus import. Okay, this will be c bar plus small c y minus t. I am writing here directly. Okay, because I don't have a small t item. Okay, it will be easy. Okay, because I know from my general formula that it will be 1 over 1 minus c. Okay, so I'm just opening everything together. Okay, plus I bar plus g bar plus x bar minus m bar. This y term will not be here. Okay, so import I have only autonomous part. Now open this part. Okay, so this will be c bar plus small c y minus small c t. T is t bar. Okay, let me put it. Plus I bar plus g bar plus x bar minus m bar. Okay, so look at your right hand side, aggregate demand side. Okay, only one term. Okay, originated with income. No other term autonomous part originated with income. Take that this side. This being y minus small c y equal to c bar minus small c t bar plus I bar plus g bar plus x bar minus m bar. So here I have taken r to be 0. Okay, you transfer. Now this y will be here. Take comma 1 minus small c and on this term again. Okay, this implies y equal to 1 over 1 minus c and on this term. Okay, is it clear? Yes, no? So I am writing. So always remember the general formula. Okay, what is general formula? I am writing on top so that I don't have to rub it again and again. 1 over 1 minus c plus ct plus m. So when my import in the import, okay, this m is 0, so this term will vanish. Okay, this term will vanish. So in a Cournot economy, what multiplier I have, in the open economy also I will have same multiplier, 1 over 1 minus c plus ct. Okay. Next, what I am saying, t equal t bar, I have not taken this term, so this term will vanish. Okay. So in 2 sector model, what multiplier I have, I will be having 3 sector also and 4 sector also. Why? What are this term? Is tax, import. If you have done Schaffner-Fano, okay, what is this 1 minus c represent? Marginal profit to save. What is saving in the Schaffner-Fano? Saving is a leakage, right? Yes or no? Similarly, tax is a leakage. Okay. Now some tax is independent of income. This tax is a leakage. Import is a leakage. Okay. So when I am taking out leakage term to be 0. Okay. So I am getting my original multiplier. Okay. Same thing that is I am doing. 1 minus c plus ct plus m. Let me write the original one. Okay. C bar minus small c t bar. Whatever is not given, take it to be 0. Plus small c r bar plus I bar plus g bar plus x bar minus m bar. Okay. So this term, okay, since I have reduced, let me write that thing. So y equal to 1 over 1 minus c bar minus small c t bar plus I bar plus g bar plus x bar minus m bar. Okay. So I have just given you one paragraph. Okay. Just make improvement over this. Okay. Write down. Just listen to me. Okay. You have written already. Increase in income due to increase in government spending is calculated by the following equation, and you have written this term is calculated by the following equation. Change in y. Okay, you have to start from here. Okay, why I am saying you will know. Equal 1 over 1 minus c. Change in g. Okay, write this thing. Assuming that tax, you have written tax, and add one more thing. Tax and import are not a function of income. Assuming that tax and import are not a function of income. Okay. Tax and income are not a function of income. I am repeating. Increase in income due to one thing. Remember the technique that I have shown. You have to remember that thing. Okay. Increase in income due to increase in government spending is calculated by following equation. Assuming that tax and import are not a function of income. Tax and import are not a function of import. So we are talking about open economy, first sector. Okay. Tax and import are not a function of import. Okay. That means my tax is t bar and import is m bar only. Okay. So I get this equation. This is the formula that we are using. Okay. For framework, not formula, framework. Okay. Next paragraph, write down. Change in income due to change in tax is calculated by the following equation. Look at this term. When your tax changes, on this term will be 0. They are not changing. Okay. So change in income due to change in tax, they have minus c with them. Okay. And then multiply value is this 1 minus c. Will be given by the following equation. Minus c over 1 minus c delta t. Okay. This is second equation. in case of balanced budget multiplier, in case of balanced budget multiplier, increase in government expenditure, increase in government expenditure is financed by imposing equal amount of tax. Okay, that is, write down, that is change in G equal change in T. In case of balanced budget multiplier, increase in government expenditure is financed by imposing equal amount of tax. Okay, that is change in G equal change in T. Okay, so remember one thing, you have seen these two things. Okay, so when government is increasing expenditure, okay, it is imposing equal amount of tax. Tax is changing, government expenditure is changing, then only your income is changing. Okay, write down. So the combined effect can be written as change in Y equal 1 over 1 minus C change in T bar plus change in G bar. Okay, because government is increasing expenditure by imposing equal amount of tax. Okay, so we are looking at combined effect. Before I proceed further, I just finish one more point. Okay, if you remember, government, like in the morning session we have done it already, but let me put one more time. So this is your ratio of income to government expenditure. So this is my government expenditure multiplier. This is 1 over 1 minus C. Let me write like this. Okay, because here it is 1 over 1 minus C. Okay, and this thing will be equal to minus C over 1 minus C. Denominator both have same thing. Here you have 1, here you have C lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so the expansionary effect of increase in government expenditure on aggregate demand will be more than contractionary effect of taxes. You have negative sign, so it will be decreasing your output, but less than the increase in output caused by government expenditure, because on the numerator you have 1, here you have less than 1. Okay, so you will have positive effect, okay, on your output. This is one of the improvement that we have. Okay, because in the classical you have seen that government expenditure is not affecting, it is neutral. Okay, it is not going to affect output. Okay, so let me arrange this positive sign. Let me write first, and then negative sign I will write. Okay, so this will be, I open the bracket, so 1 over 1 minus C delta G. This will be minus C over 1 minus C delta T. Okay, write down. Everyone have their option choice. You have written the combined effect can be written as like this equation, this equation. Since balance is since budget is balanced, okay, since balance is budget is balanced, so change in G equal change in T bar. Yeah, good evening, Kenna. Since budget is balanced, so change in G equal change in T. So in place of this, I substitute this term. Okay, do it. Which equal 1 over 1 minus C change in G bar minus C over 1 minus C change in G bar. Okay, take change in government expenditure common, so you will get denominator is same, numerator will be 1 minus C change in G over change in income. Okay, this will cancel out, it will be 1, right? So what you are having, change in income due to increase in government expenditure. When government expenditure, increase in government expenditure is financed by imposing equal amount of tax is 1. So balanced budget multiplier, this is balanced budget multiplier. Why? Because you are imposing equal amount of tax is 1. Okay, balanced budget multiplier is 1. Write down one important line. Okay, the balanced budget multiplier will be equal to 1 only under condition when tax and import are not a function of income. Tax and import are not a function of income. Tax and import are not a function of income. Okay. Now, after doing this, okay, net make tax a function of income. Okay. Then BBM will be less than 1. Everyone done this part? Yes, no? Okay. So first I'm adding tax to be a function of income. Okay. So this is this is very important for MA entrance. When you get for IIT also, they ask this kind of question or not. Okay. And for NTA NET also, they will ask question from here. Okay. So I am doing on the possibility. Okay. So after doing this, I have this part. Okay. So when my balanced budget multiplier will be equal to 1, okay, you can take 3 sector where tax don't have this function of income, or you can take 4 sector where both are not function of income. Okay. Now I am taking this marginal tax rate. So when I am taking marginal tax rate, so this term will come out. Okay. So let me write that term with that term. Okay. So your multiplier will be small ct. You can drive it. I have drive it already. Okay. I will send the video again. Okay. Okay. Just do it one more time. Then again write down. Okay. Balanced budget means increase in government expenditure is financed by imposing equal amount of tax. Okay. So I will replace this term with this term. Okay. So what I will be getting? I am just writing this term. These two terms will be same. I will take that out. So I will be writing 1 minus C over 1 minus C plus CT change in G. Okay. So change in income due to change in government expenditure will be 1 minus C over 1 minus C plus CT. Look at this term. Okay. If you remember example that we have done, where your disposable income, where your MPC is 0.6. Okay. So you will get this term. Okay. This term to be less than 1. Look at these two terms. Okay. Let me explain easily. This term and this term are same. Okay. But in the denominator you have some more term, positive term. So this whole term will be less than 1. You can put any number and check it. Okay. In the numerical I have done it. You can check it. Okay. So balanced budget multiplier will be less than 1 in this case. Okay. Let me put it. C take 0.75. Okay. Tax take 0.2. Okay. So in the numerator you will be having 1 minus 0.75 will be 0.25. Denominator 1 minus C is 0.25 and this will be 0.15. 0.25 over 0.40. How much? 0.2 divided by 0.4. How much? it will be 5 by 8, right? 5 by 8 is how much? Less than 1. Agree, everyone? Okay. So balance budget multiplier will be 1 minus C over 1 minus C plus CT. So this will be less than 1. Okay. So once I introduce this component, okay, where your tax rate depend on your income, before I have taken that to be 0, okay, my BBM will be less than 1. Okay. Second point, okay, I love this one. Now I am taking import also to be a function of income. Okay. Then I have to write this one thing. This one thing. 1 minus C plus CT plus M. Okay. So let me write that thing first. So this will be 1 minus C plus CT plus M. Okay. This thing will be also this thing. 1 minus C plus CT plus M. One minus C plus CT plus M. Okay. Again, same thing. Balance budget means change in government expenditure must be equal to change in taxes. Okay. I'm not interpreting again. Okay, people can do it. Okay. So I can take the common. It will get 1 minus C over 1 minus C plus CT plus M. Okay. Change in this is change in G. Okay. So I take this side. So again, there is more leakage, okay, in the form of import. So the multiplier value will reduce further. Okay. So when we have import also, the value of the multiplier reduces further. So write down note number 1. Note point number 1. If tax is a function of income, in the bracket you can write this thing to remember. T bar plus small t by. Okay. If tax is a function of income, then BBM is less than 1. BBM means balance budget multiplier. Okay. Then balance budget multiplier is less than 1. Second point. If import is a function of income, then the value of BBM will further reduce. Okay. You can write this one. Import is a function of income. Then the value of balance budget multiplier will further reduce. Okay. It will be less than 1, but it will reduce further. Okay. Done. Yes, no? Okay. So remember, there is one question. Let me talk about that question. I cannot add. Okay. Drive and analyze fiscal policy multiplier. Okay. With special reference to balance budget multiplier. So you have to drive fiscal policy multiplier. And let me add her. Okay. And you have to compare it with your balance budget multiplier. So they are not talking about open economy. You can add open economy if you want, but no need. Okay. So I have this part. Okay. Let me talk about that thing. So for 3 sector, I have drive already. Check video. I will send the video again. Okay. So fiscal multiplier you will get change in Y over change in G will be equal to 1 over 1 minus C plus CT. Okay. This is your fiscal policy multiplier. In case of balance budget multiplier, you will get change in Y over change in G will be equal to 1 minus C over 1 minus C plus CT. I just drive it. Okay. where you finance your entire government expenditure by imposing equal amount of tax. Okay. So you have to write one more line for this question. Write down fiscal multiplier. This one, fiscal policy multiplier without balanced budget is greater than fiscal multiplier with reference to balanced budget multiplier. With reference to balanced budget multiplier. Fiscal multiplier. Yeah, I'm repeating. Okay. Derivation part you do it. Okay. Fiscal multiplier without balanced budget. This one is greater than. You have to write this one. Okay. Don't forget to write this one in the conclusion. Okay. Fiscal multiplier without balanced budget is greater than fiscal multiplier with reference to balanced budget multiplier. Fiscal multiplier remains positive since MPC lies between 0 and 1 and marginal propensity to tax lies between 0 and 1. Okay. But it will be greater, okay, in case where balanced budget is not followed. Okay, so this is done, and there is one more question that I have discussed yesterday. Okay, because this is the two questions that my sister has asked me to do when she is studying. Okay, so examine the effect of change in government expenditure and income tax on national income. Okay, so income tax should I provide now? Okay, for income tax one, okay, what I will do is that because change in government expenditure is very simple. Okay, when government expenditure changes, you have to examine the impact. Then it is very simple. In the case of tax rate, okay, what will happen? Net income. Write down the question. Examine the effect of change in government expenditure and income tax rate on national income. Okay. This I am drawing 45-degree line. Here you have aggregate demand. Here you have output. This is C plus I. Okay. So before I don't have any government expenditure. So this is your equilibrium level of income. Okay. Now I introduce government expenditure, so your aggregate demand will shift. Okay. So equilibrium level income will be higher. Okay. So you can add here G. Then you can add change in G here. Okay. Whatever you want to do. So this is C plus I plus G. This is C plus I plus G delta G. That means government expenditure increases. So your autonomous part will shift. So you will be having higher level of income. Remember that we have done delta I. So you just have to add delta G. Okay. Next, it is about tax. Okay. I love this part. Okay. So look at two multiplier. Okay, alpha. One is without tax. One is with tax. 1 minus C plus Ct. Okay. So what I will get? Suppose it is 0.75, and here I will get 0.75. Small c is 0.75. T is say 0.2. Okay. So I will get 1 over 0.25, it will be 4. Here I will get 1 over 0.25 plus this will be 0.15. This will be 1 over 0.4. This is 2.5. Okay. So with tax, my multiplier value will be lower. Okay. So what will be the effect on national income when I have tax? My national income will be lower, right? Yes or no? In the case of income tax, okay, my national income will be lower. Okay, think everyone? Yes, no? Okay, so you can show like this. Since the multiplier value, okay, in case of tax is lower, okay, and the reason is that tax is a leakage, okay, tax is a leakage from the system, okay, that is why national income will be lower with tax, okay, than with tax, or you can say when tax rate increases, okay, multiplier value will reduce, so national income will reduce. So this is done, and limitation you have done, assumption I have sent you already. Okay. Now let's do paradox of thrift. Okay. So I have asked you people to look at fallacy of composition. So anybody has looked at what is fallacy of composition? Yes, no? So when we are doing Kinasikan, okay, we are looking at micro concept, right? And saying that what is true for part is true for economy. Agree? Yes or no? In the Kinasikan model, on the micro concept we have used total product curve, right? Then you have substitution effect greater than income effect when you never supply kabhi upward sloping. So on that micro concept, okay. So what is true for part is true for whole, that means macro. This is what we call fallacy of composition, okay. So what is true for individual is true for whole is your fallacy of composition. But in the paradox of thrift, okay, generally we are told that saving is a virtue, okay. If you save more, it is good for you, right? But in the economy, if everyone start to save more, okay, says autonomous saving increases, okay. So what will happen is that your consumption will decline. Your income is what? Consumption and saving, right? So for given income, if saving increases, consumption will decline. And you know aggregate demand, C plus I. So when consumption decline, aggregate demand decline. Okay. So when aggregate demand decline, output is demand determined, right? In equilibrium y equal to AD. So when there is change in aggregate demand, okay, there will be change in income. So when aggregate demand is declining, implies your income will also decline. Okay. When your income decline, what is going to happen? Your consumption and saving is going to decline. Okay. So when everyone in the economy start to save more, okay, you will have a possibility that overall saving in the economy will decline, and it may not be virtue for the entire economy to save at the same time. Okay. So write down. I am giving the graph, but I am giving this explanation very simple. Okay. Paradox of thrift. Okay, let me write the heading. Paradox means contradiction. Paradox of thrift. Is state that paradox of thrift state that I have given the concept of multiplier video in the YouTube. You can check it. Okay. And this video also I will provide in the YouTube. You can check it. Paradox of thrift state that an increase in autonomous saving. Let me draw graph also. An increase in autonomous saving lead to a NEADS lead to a decrease in aggregate demand. Okay, because when your saving increases, consumption decreases, so aggregate demand will decrease. Okay, I repeat one more time. Paradox of thrift, or you can say saving, state that an increase in autonomous saving needs, check the spelling of needs, okay, leads to a decrease in aggregate demand and thus a decrease in income, which in turn lower total saving, okay. So let's look at that thing, which in turn lower total saving. Why I'm doing it so? This income, here 0, here you have negative term. Saving and investment I am taking here. Okay. Investment I have taken autonomous. Okay. So let me give you a simple example. Okay. Like when your income is 0, you are consuming say 60. So your this saving is minus 60. Okay. So let me draw this thing. So intercept term will be minus 60. Okay. So as your income increases, saving also increases. Okay. Here, when your saving is 0, income is equal to consumption. Here, aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Remember, then your equilibrium income is determined here. Okay. Now, people want to save more. Okay. Your autonomous saving increases. That means this saving reduces. So this negative sum will be less. Let me write in red pen. Okay. Now your consumption, autonomous consumption is 30. This saving reducing. That means saving is increasing is minus 30. Okay. Say from here. Okay. That means your autonomous saving or this saving reducing. That means your saving is increasing. So as your income increases, this will be your saving curve, and this will be your equilibrium level of income. Say Y prime. Okay. So write down, write this thing also and this thing also. Okay. You can put hat also if you want to put hat. In the above diagram, yeah. In the above diagram, saving function, write on this minus C bar plus in the bracket 1 minus small c y. We want to join now. In the above diagram, saving function, the intercept term or autonomous term, this intercept term, right, minus C bar. The intercept term or autonomous this saving, okay, right, autonomous this saving, because minus C bar is this saving when you have this thing. The intercept term or autonomous this saving is minus 60, is negative 60. Full stop. As income increases, saving also increases. As income increases, when your income is increasing, saving is also increasing. As income increases, saving also increases. So saving schedule is positively slow. So saving schedule is positively slow. Full stop. at equilibrium x for, okay, actually realized one, okay, at equilibrium saving equal investment, just at s equal to I. At equilibrium saving equal investment, and it determine equilibrium level of income y, and it determine equilibrium level of income y. Okay, next paragraph. As autonomous saving increases, okay, when saving increases, this saving will reduce, right? As autonomous saving increases, the intercept term, this minus 60, will shift up. The intercept term shift up and decreases this saving, and decreases this saving. Which reduces to minus 30, which reduces to minus 30. Thus, the increase in saving, just like increase in saving, the increase in saving means reduction in consumption. Okay, the increase in saving, in the bracket just write down for understanding, not get confused, during recession, okay, because we are talking about idle capacity, okay, during that time this paradox will form, okay. The increase in saving, in the bracket write down during recession, okay, in the bracket, the increase in saving during recession means reduction in consumption, means reduction in consumption, and since consumption is a part of aggregate demand, so aggregate demand will fall, so aggregate demand will fall, leading to a decline in, leading and ATING, leading to a decline in income, leading to a decline in income. Thus, thus, lowering aggregate demand will fall, leading to a decline, leading to a decline in income. Thus, when income decreases, your saving will decrease. Okay. Thus, lowering, NOWERING. Thus, lowering the general level of saving in the economy. Thus, lowering the general level of saving in the economy. So, stop. Next paragraph. Saving is a virtue for individual. In the classical, it is a virtue. Saving is better. Okay. Saving is virtue for individual. This is right in the next paragraph. Okay. Saving is a virtue for individual, but when all people in the economy start to save, then the collective thrift may be bad for the economy. May be bad for the economy. The paradox of thrift refute the fallacy of composition. The paradox of thrift refute the fallacy of composition. The idea that I am talking about fallacy of composition, comma, after writing fallacy of composition, comma, the idea that what is true of the part must be true of the whole. What is true of the part must be true of the whole. Okay? Must be true of the whole. Okay? So, this completed our syllabus for unit form. Okay, since we don't have time, okay, comparison part of Keynesian and Keynes you people have to do it, but I am doing for you people. Okay, I hope I am not missing anything else. Yeah, balance budget multiply is done. Let me check 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay. Oh. Okay, just 1 minute. Because I will take 20 minutes more. Okay, then I will finish. So you people can see my screen, right? So we have done, Keynesian consumption function is properties. Factor affecting consumption expenditure I have sent already in the group, okay? But they are next liking to work, but keep for 5 marks because the way they are setting paper, okay? Just keep in mind the argument that I have given, it is sufficient to write that answer, okay? Saving function and its properties, okay? This we have done already. Determination of national income, in 2 sector I have done. You can include the government also, and explanation will be the same, okay? No need to worry about that thing. Or just like 2 sector one, okay? No need to worry about that. Nature of equilibrium, underemployment equilibrium, or you can say less than full employment equilibrium, okay? And full employment, unemployment, inflation, this thing we have talked about. Stability of equilibrium we talk, and I have added existence, non-existence of equilibrium, okay? Comparative static analysis we have done. The multiplier analysis with and without government I have done, and in the open economy I have done also, okay? Investment multiplier, government expenditure multiplier, budget multiplier, limitation of the multiplier, and paradox of theft, okay? So we have covered on the aspect, and the Keynesian there is only Warner's law, NEP. Where is Keynesian? This is national law. This I will just give the definition, okay? Because covering this one, okay, I need to go to your variant book, okay, microeconomics, and cover from there, and I don't want to do that part, okay? So I will just give the definition of this one, okay? So after that, tomorrow I will be doing IS model, okay? And here this is good market equilibrium, and let's see how much we cover, okay? Okay. Just 1 minute. So write down comparison between Keynes, Keynesian and Keynesian model. Comparison between Keynesian and Keynesian model. Just 1 minute. I hope that this batch remain like this, okay? So that for 3 years we can be able to learn good economics and do good thing. Okay, let me rub this thing. So first thing, write down time period. You should write in this form. Let me finish it, then it will be easier. So first write time period, Keynesian, Keynesian. Okay. So Keynesian analysis is associated with long-term analysis. Okay, long-term analysis. Keynesian analysis is associated with short-term analysis. Right? If any doubt, just tell me, I will explain more. Okay? Short-term. Okay? So the time period considered in the Keynesian model is long-term, and the time period considered in the Keynesian model is short-term. Okay? Output determination, second point. You write full. Okay? I just said by, you write full output. Output determination. Okay, so output is determined from supply side. In the Keynesian case, write down output is determined from supply side. If you remember this equation, we start from this equation, right? Yes or no? Okay. In the Keynesian case, output is determined from demand side. So if you remember, we write this thing. Output is determined from demand side. This is C plus I plus G, whatever you want to write. Okay. Wages and prices, third term. wages and prices. Okay. So in the Keynesian system, both wages and prices are flexible. In the Keynesian system, in the short term, both are rigid and it is downward inflexible. Okay, it is downward inflexible. Fourth point, concept of equilibrium. Okay. So in the first one, it is based on full employment equilibrium. Okay, Keynesian theory is based on full employment equilibrium. Okay, in the Keynesian framework, okay, equilibrium national income is determined where aggregate demand equal aggregate supply. Where aggregate demand equal aggregate supply, it can be equilibrium can be, you can write equilibrium can be under employment equilibrium, under employment equilibrium, that means less than full employment equilibrium. Okay, equilibrium can be under employment equilibrium and over employment equilibrium. Okay, that means above full employment equilibrium. In the Keynesian case, okay, output is always at full employment level in the long run. Next, concept of unemployment. And this is very easy, we have done many times. Okay. Here you can have voluntary unemployment. Okay, that means at the going wage people are not willing to work. You have to explain, okay? You have to properly write the answer if they ask in 10 marks, okay? In the case of Keynesian, you will be having involuntary unemployment. And you know the definition. At the going wage rate, people are willing to work, but they are not getting work. Okay? Done? Done? This part done? Okay. Point number 6. Let me love this part. Point number 6. Relative importance to demand and supply. Okay. So in the Keynesian case, we have done supply creates its own demand, right? Yes or no? Supply creates its own demand. So it has given importance to supply side. Okay. In the Keynesian model, says no, supply creates its own demand. So it is given importance to supply side. Okay. And in the Keynesian model, importance is given to aggregate demand. Here importance is given to aggregate supply. Here importance is given to aggregate demand. Okay. Next, function of money. Okay. This one I want to know from you. What is the function of money in the classical model? Very good. Money transaction purpose. Okay. So money is only used for transaction purpose. Okay. If you remember, I am doing cash finance approach. I talk about that Keynes is also associated with that store of value, but he has developed his own theory. Okay. So in the Keynes formulation, money has two roles. Okay. Money is used for transaction purpose. As well as store of value. Okay. More I will discuss in macroeconomics too, this part. Okay. Then rate of interest. This is 7.8 point determination of rate of interest. determination of rate of interest. So in the classical model, okay, equilibrium, output, rate of interest, everything is determined by real factor. Okay, even wage rate, we are taking real wage rate. Okay, so rate of interest is determined by equality of saving and investment, right? Yes or no? Equality of saving and investment determine rate of interest, and real factor, right, on real factor determining the rate of interest. Okay. In the case of Keynesian, okay, this is not part of your syllabus this semester. Okay, so Keynes talk about that asset market. Okay, so people just understand the argument. Okay, people keep asset in two form. Okay, either in the form of real balance. Okay, because money act as a store of value. Real balance means demand for money as a store of value, or in the form of bond. Okay, so Keynes talk about asset market, and he has considered two assets, bond and money. Understand the simple argument that is important because most of the students are writing this part wrong. Okay, and I have video also in the YouTube channel. I have discussed this part. Okay, and previously also I have discussed this thing. So when you have equilibrium in money market, okay, bond market will be automatically in equilibrium. Okay, so we are only looking at money market, no need to look at bond market. Okay, so once we have equilibrium in one market, other market will be automatically in equilibrium. Okay, that we can show in the second macroeconomics too. Okay, so here rate of interest is determined by the equality of money demand and money supply. So it is a monetary factor, okay, not the real factor, monetary factor that is determining your rate of interest. Okay, so write down. Keynes talk about asset market. Yeah, Keynes talk about asset market. For instance, people keep asset in two form, bond and real cash balance. Okay. See, one more thing I am adding, just keep in mind. So in the Keynes formulation, either you are keeping bond, okay, or you are keeping money as a store of value. You are not keeping both together. Okay. So this is the problem that you have that need to the development of ISNM model. Okay, two things is the reason. This is one of the reason. Okay. Keynes talk about asset market. Okay, full stop. People keep asset in two form, bond and real cash balance. Real cash balance means money demand for as a store of value. Okay. In Keynes formulation, equilibrium in money market ensures equilibrium in bond market. Ensures equilibrium in money market. Given the money supply, that means it is determined by monetary authority. Given the money supply, money demand equal to money supply, that is monetary factor determine your equilibrium rate of interest. This is money supply, this is money demand, they determine your equilibrium rate of interest. Okay, done. Next, saving and investment. Or you can just remember, okay, here rate of interest is determined by monetary factor, here rate of interest is determined by real factor. Okay, that is sufficient. Saving and investment. In the classical model, saving is a function of what? Saving is a function of rate of interest, right? What is rate of interest? Rate of interest is a reward for abstinence from current consumption. Okay, it is this thing I don't need to remember. You people should remember it. Okay, investment is a function of rate of interest. Okay, saving is a function of rate of interest. Investment is a function of rate of interest. Okay, In the Keynesian model, saving is a function of income, right? In the Keynesian model, saving is a function of income. Agree? Okay. Now for investment, again that thing I am going to talk in macroeconomics too. Okay. But let me put up that thing. So let me write here. Let me use other pen. So when I'm talking about investment, okay. So first he talk about, like I say that when he talking about investment, he is not making distinction between government expenditure and private sector expenditure. Okay. So he is talking about autonomous investment. Okay. That will be taken by the government. Second thing he is talking about that induced investment part. Okay. So he talk about marginal efficiency of capital. What is marginal efficiency of capital? Expected return on new investment. Okay. So when I am making new investment, there is certain expected return. And what is the cost? Cost is the market rate of interest. Okay. So entrepreneur or firm will compare marginal efficiency of capital and rate of interest. So when marginal efficiency of capital is more than rate of interest, then new investment will be taken. That means investment will increase. Okay. When this is less than rate of interest, marginal efficiency of capital, but that means expected return on new investment is less than my cost of borrowing. Okay, because rate of interest is the cost of borrowing. New investment will not be taken. New investment will not be taken. Okay, and when both are equal, that means I will be indifferent. I have to take decision based on no profit decision. Okay, so this is what Keynes talk about. That investment, one is autonomous, independent of the state of the economy. Second, depend on the expected return on new investment and the cost of it, that is rate of interest. Okay, write down. Okay. So this is point number 9. Okay, let me take it. Price level and output. Price level and output level. Okay, I love this part. Okay. The student asking, sir, why you are not giving a number in 10 marks, 5 marks? Okay. So if it is 10 marks, you should be writing at least 8 points. Okay. In 5 marks, you should be writing 4 points. Okay. Or if you are writing 8 points, write in small. But they are writing 1 point, then elaborating it on 1 page or 2 points, and they want me to give 5 marks. When I have given them 7, 8 points already, they are copying from some book directly and writing only 2 points. Then from where I will give the marks? Okay. Everything, whatever I am giving, based on that I will give the marks. Okay. You can do better than this. Some students have written better answer. Okay. You can write better. I have no issue. Price never and output never. So in the classical model, output no change, only price never change. In the classical model, aggregate supply curve is this. So when aggregate demand increases, only price never will change, output will not change. Okay. In the Keynesian case, because they have idle capacity, when aggregate demand increases, okay, 81 to 82, here price will not change, but output will increase from Y1 to Y2. Okay. Next, market versus government. Okay. So classical economics believe on laissez-faire policy. Okay. That means free market work efficiently. Okay. Free market, that is market forces of demand and supply. Okay. work efficiently to allocate resource, okay, and clear the market. So you don't need to draw this graph, I just explain you because we have used this graph a lot. Okay. So in the classical economics, it relies on laissez-faire policy, that is market is perfect and it allocates resource efficiently. So there is no role of government. Okay, there is no role of government. Okay, during recession, okay, in the classical case, right, on during recession, capitalist economy not self-correcting. Okay, capitalist economy, capitalist or market economy, you can write, during recession, capitalist or market economy is not self-correcting. Okay, therefore role of government is important. Therefore role of government is important. This is point number 11. Okay. And one point you have already done. Okay, real factor, that everything is determined in the classical model based on real factor. Here real and nominal factor both we can use. Okay, so I am not writing that point. Saving. Let's talk about saving. Okay, so saving is a virtue in the classical model. Saving is a virtue. Okay, but in the Keynes we have just seen is that saving is not a virtue. Saving is not a virtue. When all people in the economy start to save more, your national income will decline and your general level of saving in the economy also decline. Okay, one more point you can add it. Keynesian theory is based on the idea of several economists. Keynesian theory is based on the idea of several economists, like, let me write, Adam Smith, okay, J.B. Shaw, you have Ricardo, David Ricardo, Malthus, and J.S. Mill. Okay, so all these are classical economists. Based on their writing, we have developed this model. Okay, that you are studying. Okay, whereas Keynes economy is based on the idea of Keynes in the general theory of employment, interest, and money. Whereas Keynesian economy or short-term analysis of the economy is based on the idea of Keynes in the book General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. Okay, so here finally, thank you to everyone. Okay.